Did you know Chucky finally has a fully detailed origin story? Hi everyone, Tony from Hack the Movies here, and today we're going to talk about all the things that happened in Charles Lee Ray, aka Chucky's, life before he became a killer doll. This is all new information that you would have learned had you watched the recent TV series that ran for 3 seasons. You might have heard me bring up this show before when I talked about the Child's Play movies on my podcast. If you're new here, I have a podcast where we talk about movies new and old. We go once or twice a week here on YouTube, and you can find the audio version wherever you get your podcasts. And in the most recent Child's Play 3 episode, I mentioned that I was going to do this video. Apparently, one of the earlier ideas Don Mancini had was to have Chucky's blood go into multiple dolls.
Smart.
And it ended up being, they thought it was too expensive. He would then bring that back for Cults of Chucky and the TV series, which I'm gonna say it in a video, so I end up doing it. I'm gonna finally finish the Chucky series, and I think I'm gonna do another one of those origin videos.
There you go.
As you can see, I'm a man of my word. So I went back and I watched all the movies and the first 2 seasons of the TV show that go into his backstory, and I think I have a cohesive timeline of everything that happened in Charles Lee Ray's life before he became Chucky. Shout out to Gil from One Take. I think I'm stealing your format. Charles was born in Hackensack, New Jersey. He seemed like a normal kid at first until Halloween of 1965. Charles found a razor blade in his apple and he chose to eat it for fun. Charles had a loving family and seemed like a normal boy to everyone, but really he was planning to murder. And he was eyeing up potential victims at his birthday party. He might have also been inspired by a local serial killer that was going around slaughtering people at that time. Their paths would cross when the killer targeted Charles' family one night. The killer murdered his father, but before he could get to his mother, he found Charles had already killed her. It turns out she was the victim that Charles had picked, and he really just wanted to help the killer out. The killer is so impressed, he even gives him some pointers. Charles was then sent to the Burlington County School of Wayward Boys up until 1972. While there, he got therapy from Dr. Mixter, who gets her name from a character in Halloween 2, but she's also a pretty clever twist on Sam Loomis from the Halloween movie. She even dresses up like him in the later episodes of season 2. She secretly works to get rid of Chucky's innocence and encourages him to continue murdering. He was popular amongst the kids and even taught one of them bad language. He acted like Peter Pan to the boys. Chucky murdered a janitor and showed the body to the children, who all freaked out except one. When the police arrive, Chucky leaves the school and gives his one friend the janitor's severed hand. That kid grew up to be his accomplice, Eddie Caputo. Fast forward to the mid-80s, Charles was at a nightclub and spotted a lady named Delilah who was getting super aggressive with a guy. He took an interest in her when he realized she was into pain and might have the same murderous tendencies. Later, Charles and Delilah would spot a redhead at a bar and would invite her to a hotel to fool around. He goes to kill Red, but it turns out she's even more psychotic and into it than Delilah was. They both take turns killing Delilah, and Red's voice changes, and this turns out to be the first meeting between Charles Lee Ray and Tiffany Valentine, the bride of Chucky. She even gives him his nickname, Chucky, and he suggests she dye her hair blonde. In 1987, Chucky and Tiffany take a look at a used car they can use to leave Hackensack. They killed the owner and took off. Chucky even brought some reading material for the road, a book about a hobby he was getting into at the time. The hobby? Voodoo. It was voodoo. They move into an apartment in Chicago and get to killing more people right away, including a poor pizza boy. Around this time, he reconnects with Eddie Caputo and meets John Bishop, who teaches him about the god Damballa and how to use voodoo magic. It's assumed this is where he got the Heart of Damballa amulet that he would eventually be buried with. Also around this time, he became infatuated with a married pregnant woman called Sarah. He killed her husband and eventually kidnapped her with the hopes to start a family. In 1988, Tiffany found out that Chucky was murdering without her. They got into an argument and he left to go to his safe house where he had Sarah tied up. Originally, he thought it was Sarah who ratted him out to the cops. So he stabbed her in the belly, which paralyzed her unborn baby, Nika. In 2021, Chucky would learn that the actual rat was Tiffany, who called Detective Mike Norris shortly after their fight. She would end up regretting doing this when she found what she thought was an engagement ring, but was actually a ring from one of Chucky's victims, Vivian Van Pelt, that he was planning on pawning. While fleeing from Detective Mike Norris and Jack Santos, Chucky was wounded and abandoned by Eddie. This is when he stumbles onto the good guy doll, and the rest, as they say, is history. So there you have it. The complete origin of Charles Lee Ray, aka Chucky. I didn't go into any of the comics or novels or whatever. I just picked what Don Mancini said was canon in his films and the TV show. Also, I didn't have time to finish season 3, but I don't think they do any origins or flashbacks. But if they do, feel free to leave an angry comment for me, letting me know I messed up. Did you enjoy this video? I hope you did. I hope you go back and watch my recent Child's Play 3 episode of my podcast, or go back and watch all the episodes of my podcast, or at least the Chucky ones. I've done the first 3 Chuckies so far. I hope to do more of them. I also, a few years back, talked about the TV cut of Child's Play 2. Do you ever watch Child's Play 2 on streaming or DVD and feel like the ending is different? It's probably because you're remembering the ending of the TV cut. Go back and watch that video. And yes, I think you'll really like Hack the Movies if you're new here. If you become a super fan, consider joining the Patreon. We have plenty of bonus videos, commentary tracks, exclusive live streams. You can even just join for free, so you get the public podcast feed, all the public videos. It has better notifications, and sometimes it auto upgrades you and gives you a free trial. So please check all that out. Check out my other origin videos for The Crypt Keeper, Freddy Krueger's TV origin, The Leprechaun's origin, The Creeper from Jeepers Creepers origin. And I guess it wasn't an origin video, but I did a whole video on how the Sax Man from Lost Boys is a vampire hunter. Anyway, that's it for me, Tony from Hack the Movies. Check it out. Goodbye.
Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Check out our other videos and Patreon page.